Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Temitope of Little Fit Craft. Now today we are going to be learning how to make a swatch. A swatch is a piece of the pattern you want to make for a particular project, but in a simple piece that you want to make for a particular project. Piece of the pattern you want to make for a particular project. Now, making a swatch will make things and your work easy. You know how many stitch for a particular row, you make how many rows for a particular area, and so on and so forth. It will make your project bigger at the end of the day or smaller at the end of the day. You get the right and perfect fit for your particular project. Now for this project, for this swatch making, we will be using a yarn. You'll be using the actual, as in the particular yarn you want to be using for your project. Hope you understand what I'm saying. If you are using 2 strands of this yarn, definitely your project will be 2 strands, you understand, of this particular yarn. If you are using 4mm crochet hook for this swatch, definitely your project must be in 4.0mm crochet hook. Now another very important instrument for making a swatch is tape measure, for you to measure all the areas necessary. You get your exercise book and of course your biro. Now let's get started. Now for this project, I've gotten the measurement of the particular person I'm making this cardigan for. The chest of the person is 38 inches, top length 45 inches, arm to wrist, that is your from the edge of the shoulder to your wrist is 22 inches, of the person's wrist 22 inches, armhole 20 inches, wrist 8 inches, waist. If you want a smaller waist, you can measure the prostate, especially for ladies. We ladies love smaller waist of our cardigan. So but this particular cardigan is meant for a man, a guy. Now these are the basic measurements you need for this project. So for this cardigan, I'll be using double crochet. Now you can use any stitch, single crochet, half double crochet, any beautiful stitch or fancy stitch you see online. You can use any of them, but for this particular project, to make things easy, as time goes on, I'm going to be using but for this particular one, I'll be using double crochet. Now I'll be making like about 30 chain as my foundational chain. This is how we go about your slip knot. I'm a left hand crocheter, don't forget. You place it like this, you bring it out like this. Here we go. Now I'm going to be making 30 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Extra 2 for the turning chain. 1, 2. Take note, this chain 2 does not stand for, it's not a stitch. So I'm going to begin my first double crochet on the 3rd stitch. Here we go with a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, put through, yarn over, put through 2, yarn over, put through 2. Again for your double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through. So I'm going to work a double crochet stitch down to the end. I'm going to at the very end. 29, 30. Now I want to explain something. The reason why I make this beginning chain as long as this is to be able to give us a very wide, as in at least a good width of the pattern, so we can be able to have a free measurement, not small one that we won't be able to count very well. So as it is long like this, at least 30 chain, we'll be able to give you a freedom of you measuring very well, checking other side, not managing a very small piece. Hope you understand. If you make it like this, it won't give you an avenue to measure very well, but as long as it will give you much freedom. You can count from here, you can count from here, you can count from here, you can count from here. You understand what I'm saying? You can count from the middle, you can count from the side, so to get accurate measurements. Now, as I've said earlier, chain 2 doesn't count as a double crochet here, so we are going to chain 2 and double crochet right from the beginning of the row. Double crochet. Double crochet, as I've said earlier, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, put through, yarn over, put through 2 loops, yarn over and put through 2. Now we are going to continue this till we get to about 20 to 25 rows. 20 to 25 rows. We're repeating this pattern, double crochet down, double crochet down, double crochet here till we get about 20 rows. Now I'm going to meet you at the end of the 20. So I was able to make 15 rows of double crochet. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this should be enough for the measurements we want to take. This is long enough for the measurements. See, here we go. Now let's count how many stitch makes 4 inches. 4 inches is equal to, let's count. Make sure to flatten your piece. Make sure you flatten it very well. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 stitches. Let's count here again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So let's count for the last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we are able to get 16 stitches for 4. That is 4 inches is equal to 16 stitches. Now let's count for the rows. 4 inches. Now how many rows makes 4 inches? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's count another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rows makes 4 inches. No, now we are going to set aside this piece. I forgot to mention earlier that another important instrument for making a swatch is calculator. Here we go, calculator, because it's what we use to calculate and multiply and divide and every other thing. Now let's start from the chest measurement. Now chest, our chest is 38. Now the major formula for swatch making is simply the measurements you want to take. That is the area you want to measure, like chest measurements, round arm measurements, armlet measurements. Let's use measurements for the. Let's use measurements for it. Multiply by the amount of stitches. Multiply by the amount of stitches, which is 16 stitches, divided by the inches you used. You can use 4 inches. You can use 6 inches. Like 6 inches, like you can say 20 stitches makes 5 inches. 15 stitches makes 4 inches. 16 stitches makes 8 inches. Whatever you choose. So we are using 4 inches for this video. So for this tutorial rather. So we are going to use 4 inches. That is, now let's calculate for the chest measurement. Our chest is 38 inches. Multiply by 16 stitches. 16 divided by 4. Now let's calculate. 38 multiplied by 16 equal to, divided by 2 equal to 304. 304. Now the type of cardigan depends on what you do next. Assuming you are working with just a single panel, that is round panel, you are going to just count 304 stitches, but we advise you use front and back panel. So if you are using front and back panel, you will still now calculate this 304 by 2. Calculate it by 2. Now this is what we get. 152. So 152 for the front panel, 152 for the back panel. I hope you understand. So we made the front panel 152 stitches, the back panel 152 stitches. Now let me bring you to let me notify you one thing. Cardigan, some people like it kind of bulky, it's kind of bigger than your size, a little bit bigger. Some people might want you to add like 6 inches to the exact measurement, or probably 10 inches to the exact measurement. Always remember to add it to this 38 inches. I have already added mine. That is, the person was about 32 inches, and I added 6 to it. That gave me 38 inches. So I've added the extra allowances. It's for cardigan. But if it's for dresses, like a fitted dresses, there might be need for you to remove like 2 inches from it, so that it can be a fitted top, you understand, or fitted gown or fitted skirt. Hope you get it. So we are going to use, for the chest measurements, we are going to use 152 for the back, 152 for the front. Now let's move to the next one. Top length. Our top length is 25 inches. Top length 25 inches. Now 25 for this, since it's row, let me show you again. Since it's row, we are going to work in rows, not stitches. We are going to work in rows. We are going to use the number of rows to calculate it. So number of rows is 8 divided by the inches 4. So let's calculate together. 25 multiplied by 8 equal to 200. 200 divided by 4, making 50. 50 rows. 50 rows. So you are going to be making 50 rows for the front panel and 50 rows for the back panel. Hope you understand. 50 rows for the front panel, 50 rows for the back panel. Now let's move to the next one. Round arm. This round arm is also known as armhole. Some people call it round arm, some people call it armhole. So whichever way you want to call it is pleased with you. Now let's calculate it. Our formula for it is still the 20 inches multiplied by No, we are going to be working in stitches. So we are going to use stitches for this calculation. 16 divided by 4. Let's calculate together. 20 multiplied by 16 equal to 320 divided by 4 making 80 stitches. So we'll be working 80 stitches for the left arm, 80 stitches for the right arm. Hope you understand. 80 stitches for the left arm separately, 80 stitches for the left hand separately. I hope you understand what I'm saying. If you have any question concerning this, you can always write it under the comment section, so I will make sure I answer every question you ask. Now let's go to the arm length. Our arm length is 22 inches. So for the arm length, we are going to be working in rows. We are going to be working in rows because the arm will be like this, the shape of something like this. The hole will be here, the arm will be here. This will be the wrist, something like this. This will be the wrist, this will be the arm. So we are working in rows for the arm length. So arm length is 22. So 22 multiplied by 8 divided by 4. So 22 multiplied by 8 divided by 4 is equal to 44 rows. So we'll be working each of the arms by 44 rows. Hope you understand. We're working each of the arms 44 rows with 80 stitches each. 80 stitches, 44 rows. Now let's go to the last one, which is the wrist. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, share, and on the notification button to be able to get for you to be able to be the first person to know about my video once it's out. Follow to 8 inches. Now 8 inches multiplied by stitch. You're working with stitch here. You're working with stitch because we want to reduce the width of this, like this, something like this. So we want to reduce it like this. Hope you understand. So this is, assuming this is the wrist, this is the armhole. So multiply by 16 stitches divided by 4. 8 multiplied by 16 divided by 4, 32 stitches. So we are going to reduce it to 32 stitches for each of the arm. Now always remember to, when you get to the shoulder of your cardigan, something like this. Don't mind my drawing. Assuming this is your cardigan, please don't mind my drawing. I'm not really good at it. Always remember to create your neck hole. Your neck hole. Always remember to create your neck hole. That should be about 7 to 8 inches. So you calculate the 7 to 8 inches. Let's say 7 inches. So 7 inches for the neck hole, multiplied by stitches 16 divided by 4. So 7 multiplied by 16 divided by 4. So it's equal to 28 stitches. So you count like 28 stitches in the middle point. Let's assume this is the cardigan. You count like 28 within this middle. So you just join the shoulder together, leaving your neck hole Hope you understand. We will count the 28 stitches in the middle and join the shoulder together to create your armhole, and you also join the arm on the side. Join the arm on the side, join it on the side, and do your finishing. I'm sure you really learned a lot from today's class. As I've said earlier, so kindly subscribe to my channel and on the notification button to be able to get more videos. Thank you, and see you some other time. Bye.